Ooh, got back from being away for a while. So I got a bunch of videos to record because I had the day off today, so I just played a bunch of games. So here's a good one. I'm playing against Blue White Control, and I got a pretty good hand here. I have a bunch of four drops in my hand, but I have Magma Jet, so figure between that and being able to scry to get lands if I need it, or just naturally drawing lands, I should be okay. And then whatever, if my opponent's playing aggro, I'm good. If they're playing combo, it kind of sucks, but whatever. It's get what I get. So immediately I know what my opponent's on here, and I'm just playing out. I'm very happy to draw the Eternal Scourge, even though that never actually matters a whole heck of a lot. So they got this. So I decide I'll go ahead and Magma Jet their face and try to set up to. I know I don't have a whole lot of targets for Magma Jet, so I'm just trying to set up my draws. And I think, if I remember correctly, it was a mountain and a blood moon on top. And I don't need another mountain because, oh, well, actually, one, two, three, yeah, I think I keep it. Yeah. So go ahead and try to resolve the blood moon because they don't have a graveyard. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. If they do counter the Blood Moon, then I know the next turn and the turn after that, I'm going to be basically threat after threat after threat for the next few turns. So, and they're kind of smart. I mean, it kills them a little bit because they have to path their own guy there. They have to waste two cards to try to get a white source. So I go for the Koth. Also interesting because they did not go for the detention sphere immediately. But so I'm minus two Koth to get four mana, so I can play threat into threat because I since they didn't counter Koth, that tells me that they probably don't have a counter in hand at all. So a minus two and go for P and Karan, so I know I have protection for Koth. Unfortunately, they do happen to have or they did draw the path. I think it was. I don't remember. They had something, but they were able to get in for Koth anyways. But I'm still going to be able to follow up rather nicely. Um, Again, I want to protect Koth, so what I'm going to do is kill. I'm going to untap a land and use the land to kill Jet, or to kill the Snapcaster to protect Koth, so I can ult and set up my next draws. Um, yeah, I had a mountain, but I don't need it. I forgot what the other card was. Oh, a bolt, just in case. That guy took up Koth one more time, so now I'm going to be able to ult. Chances are he does not have an answer. I go for the ult, and my opponent concedes. So game two, I have to mulligan this hand because it's a one lander. I get disconnected in this game too, unfortunately. But so mulligan down, and I get my two mountains. So good to go. Oh, there we go. I Skred to the top. Oh yeah, relic. I kept a relic on top because they're so graveyard dependent. So and I play the Mind Stone. I mean, no reason not to here. So I'm trying to figure out whether or not they have a counter for my Blood Moon or Koth. I decided to go for the Blood Moon because what I want is to be able to Koth into Pia and Karan again. I don't. If they counter the Blood Moon, it doesn't really matter. They have two basics anyways, and they do opt into a negate, which is good for them. So they're kind of sucking on land here. And I'm just trying to whittle away their graveyard with relics. So yeah, Koth resolves. Um, and I go ahead and minus for Pia and Karan. And so they trade. Oh yeah. And go for the Rebel Master. So I'm just trying to overload their ability to, threaten all my stuff. Or overload their ability to answer my threats. Sorry, I've had a beer. I keep the Skred up. I don't want to play the Storm Breath into a counter, so I'm just hold on to that. Turns out they don't have a counter, but and since I have the Skred, I figure if they try to flash something in to block my War Boss, I'll kill it. I thought they were going to target me with that. Turns out they were not. So after they do that, after they choose what they want to get rid of, I decide to Skred them so they can't counter my Skred, and I can continue to protect my Koth. So there's a lot going on here that I could do. Again, I don't want to play into any counters. So, and I'm actually trying to keep my War Boss alive because he's going to give me all sorts of creatures nonstop. I could try to swing out right here, but if I did, I was worried about follow up, Koth dying or something. There we go. That's where I got disconnected. So I do not attack with everything. So they take it, go to 1. So now they can't even use Flooded Strand anymore. And I don't want to play my stuff into a counter again. So I'm just holding it. I don't need it. I have such an overwhelming presence here. Again, I don't swing with everything. Just a lot of stuff. And they do have Settle the Wreckage, which is great for them, but it's not really going to save them. And so I go ahead and play my Storm Breath to protect Koth and to threaten next turn. And I don't think they have an answer at all. They'd have to get another, whatchamacallit, um, what's that thing called? Settle the Wreckage. And even then, that's still not enough because I have so many good top decks, but and they can't threaten Koth at all because then they'll just die. And so they try to draw 3, and it's not enough, and it's a good game.